Hello viewers, welcome to the course Tourism. Today let us discuss about the entrepreneur environment and theories of entrepreneurship. There is a proverb in English, show me your friends and I will tell you who you are. This shows the importance of environment because environment molds people. The character, conduct and behavior of a person largely depends on the background from which he comes. There are different theories also which are very important for the entrepreneur and he has to adopt it to achieve his goals. To understand this chapter, it has been divided into 5 parts. Number 1, introduction. Number 2, environmental factors. Number 3, Maslow's need hierarchy theory. 4, McClelland 3 need theory and Alderfes ERG theory. As you know, entrepreneur is an economic person who plays a very important role in the economic development of a country. The steady and positive growth in the economic levels depends mainly on entrepreneurs. He is an individual with knowledge, skills, initiative, drive and spirit of innovation who aims at achieving goals. He identifies the opportunities and sees opportunities for economic growth. Entrepreneurship is one of the 4 mainstreams of economic factors: land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship. It is a dynamic activity which helps the entrepreneur to bring changes in the process of production, innovation in production, new usage of materials and creates market that can enlarge and enrich the product. It is something where the work is executed in planned and rational manners to achieve desired goals. Entrepreneurship is one of the most important inputs in the economic development of any country or region. He is an important economic agent for a change. To perform any work better, positive environment is required. Entrepreneurship environment refers to the various positive and negative constraints within which various enterprises are required to perform. Entrepreneurial environment refers to the various facts within which enterprises have to operate their activities. Enterprises carry out their activities within the scope of some environmental forces. The influence of these environmental forces collectively called as entrepreneurial environment. The various entrepreneurial factors that have bearing influence on the enterprise may be broadly classified into following factors. Number 1, political environment. Number 2, economic environment. Number 3, social environment. Number 4, cultural environment and number 5, technological environment. Political environment. Political environment is the most powerful one. The influence of political environment on entrepreneurial activity is enormous. The political system prevailing in a country affects entrepreneurship in a number of ways. It promotes, fosters, encourages, shelters, directs and controls entrepreneurial activities. It includes factors such as characteristics and policies of political parties, the nature of constitution and government system. The government environment includes the economic and business policies and its regulatory framework. A political system which is stable, honest, dynamic creates a healthy entrepreneurial activity. As far as India is concerned, political system is stable. Therefore, it is possible to attract foreign investors and many multinational companies are immigrating into India in large numbers. The stable political system coupled with a favorable environment for growth opportunities is a prerequisite for entrepreneurial growth. On the other side, a country with political instability cannot achieve economic prosperity and development due to lack of investment initiative. According to John Kenneth Galbraith, no country without stable and honest government can achieve satisfactory economic progress. It indicates the importance of stable government and its influence on entrepreneurial development. The countries like United States, Japan and Western Europe countries have achieved economic progress due to their stable political system. In India, many political parties in power at the center formed their own governments. Each government had distinctive ideology or philosophy from others. Some governments had pro-business bias and others did not show much concern. After 1990-91, the political atmosphere of the country considerably changed. Indian economy finds a new change and get liberalized. As a result of this, entrepreneurial environment is getting larger space for its activities. The political environment even at the state level has a bearing on the entrepreneurial activities. We have observed a criminalization of politics in some states. This will cause a setback to entrepreneurial activities. Some state governments including Karnataka have adopted policies which are cordial and pro-entrepreneurial. Political decisions seriously affect economic and business activities. Economic policy of a ruling party is nothing but the result of political decisions. Thus, political ideology, stability, philosophy, quality of leadership, thinking of the ruling party, etc., promotes, shelters, directs, controls and fosters entrepreneurial activities of the country. Economic environment. All such are those economic factors which have a direct impact on the functioning of an enterprise are collectively called economic environment, or those economic factors which have a bearing on entrepreneurial activities are called economic environment. The important economic factors influencing entrepreneurial activities are as follows. Number 1, economic factors. This consists industrial policy, trade policy, monetary policy and fiscal policy. Industrial policy of a government has to be carefully examined. While analyzing economic environment of a business enterprise, it may affect the location of an enterprise, scale of operation, promotion and distribution, choice of technology, etc. Trade policies are normally created by the government. This will create a favorable environment for assuming entrepreneurial activities. Trade policy of a nation significantly affects the fortunes of enterprises. Monetary policy of a country influences cost and availability of credit. It affects savings, investments and consumers' spending in the economy. Normally, the central bank may adopt suitable monetary policy, whereas fiscal policy refers to the process of shaping taxation and public expenditure to achieve desired economic growth with full employment and stable prices. Economic conditions. Economies pass through periods of booms and recessions. A boom period signifies high level of employment, investment, output, rising demand and rising process. A recession period is quite opposite to this. Point number 3, economic system. It refers to the sum total of the divisors by which individual activities are coordinated for the achievement of this purpose. The problem of an economic system is the allocation of resources. Social environment. It also influences entrepreneurial activities. The prevailing social system which determines the behavioral pattern of members should be studied before assuming entrepreneurial activities. It consists of castes and communities, family system and social attitudes. The difference in social attitude and behavior make an entrepreneurial activity more difficult and challenging. Cultural environment. Proper understanding of culture dimensions is the basic requirement of an entrepreneur. Culture includes the total life way of a people, that is knowledge, belief, art, morals, customs and other habitats acquired by a man as a member of society. Each society represents its own culture and adaptation to it is more important. The type of food the people eat, the clothes they wear, beverages they drink vary from culture to culture. Technological environment. Today, technology plays an important role. An entrepreneur should always be cautious about the technological advances which are taking place around him. He has to adopt these technologies to improve the quality of the product and to reduce the cost of production so that he can improve the sales. Theories of motivation. Need is the mother of all activities. Here also the same. A person who is fully satisfied cannot be motivated. We have to create need among the people, then motivate them so that they will try to satisfy the unsatisfied needs and reduce the tension at one's place. All people work to satisfy their different needs and want mainly to get economic gain. They always try to link up performance and productivity with monetary rewards or incentives. In addition to monetary reward, they also to attain social and psychological satisfaction. Various theories have been propounded by different experts to focus attention on this basic issue. Maslow's need hierarchy theory. This theory is based on human needs. He was of the opinion that every individual has a complex net of exceptionally strong needs, and the bearing of an individual at a particular moment of time is usually determined by his strongest need. Man is never fully satisfied. If one need is satisfied, then the other will arise and so on. Maslow stated that human beings have 5 basic levels of needs. He arranged these needs in a particular order from the lower level needs to the highest level needs. The 5 needs are: physiological needs. For the survival, certain basic needs are to be satisfied. They are also called as life maintenance needs. These needs consist of food, water, air, clothing, shelter, etc. The first priority of human being is to acquire these basic necessities of life. After this, he goes to the normal level of needs. Safety and security need. Safety and security need comes after satisfying psychological needs. Human beings are not worried about present needs only, but for the future also. They want job security, personal body security, security of source of income, provision for old age, insurance against risk, etc. Entrepreneurs are supposed to take care about these needs. Social needs. Man is a social animal and he wants to belong to a social group. Social group is where his social and emotional needs for love, affection, warmth and friendship are satisfied. An entrepreneur, being human, is interested in various works of entrepreneurial and his employees. He wants to belong to others and expects that others should belong to him. Then it is known as feeling of belongingness. Point number 4, esteem needs. Esteem needs are also known as self-respect needs. These needs include self-respect, self-confidence, recognition, appreciation, prestige, power and control. Entrepreneurs normally get status and respect through ownership and control over their business. Self-actualization or self-fulfillment needs. After other needs are satisfied, a man has a desire for personal achievement. This is the ultimate goal and involves realizing one's potentialities for continued self-development. He wants to do something which is challenging, and since this challenge gives him enough push and initiator to work, the sense of achievement gives him psychological satisfaction. An entrepreneur can achieve self-actualization in being a successful entrepreneur. Maslow himself estimated that less than 1% of the people realize the need for self-actualization. Maslow states 3 reasons for it. Number A, people are invariably blind to their own potentialities. B, social environment often stifles development towards self-fulfillment. C, the growth process demands a constant willingness to take risks, make mistakes and to break old habits. All these result in breaking the safety barriers. Maslow's need hierarchy has been highly appreciated. This theory proves man is a wanting animal. He continues to aspire for something or the other. He is never fully satisfied. Exceptions to Maslow's need hierarchy. Point number 1. For some people, self-esteem seems to be more important than love. They may be deprived of their lower level needs and yet may strive for self-actualization needs. Certain people may attach more importance to esteem needs than social needs. Point number 2. Some creative people, through loading in basic needs, may attain self-actualization. Point number 3. Need and satisfaction of need is a psychological feeling. Sometimes a person may not be aware of his own needs. Point number 4. There are many other determinants of behavior other than needs and desires. Thus, the behavior of a person may not be wholly linked with his needs and desires. In spite of the limitations, the Maslow's theory offers guidelines for understanding and molding human behavior. McClelland's 3-need model. According to David McClelland, a person acquires 3 types of needs as a result of one's life experience. He tends to develop certain motivational drives as a result of his interaction with the environment in which he lives. The 3 needs are: number 1, need for achievement. This refers to one's desire to achieve something, desired satisfaction from achieving goals. These people are often wealthy and their wealth comes from their ability to achieve goals. High achievers want immediate feedback on their performance and they generally undertake a task of moderate difficulty rather than those which are either very easy or very difficult. These people prefer to work independently so that successful task performance can be linked to their own efforts rather than to someone else. McClelland has given the following suggestions. Number 1, give employees periodic feedback on performance. This will provide information that will enable them to modify or correct their performance. Point number 2, provide good models of achievements achieved by employees who are successful should be made available for others to emulate. Point number 3, arrange tasks so that employees can pursue moderate challenges and responsibilities. Avoid tasks that are either very difficult or very easy. Point number 4, as much as possible, employees should be under their own destiny and imagination. They should be trained to think realistically and positively about how they will accomplish goals. Second point, Need for power. It refers to one's desire to influence and dominate others through the use of authority. Achievement of goals is less important than the means by which goals are achieved. McClelland and his associates have found that people with high power need a great concern for exercising influence and control. Such type of people generally seeks positions of leadership and is forceful, outspoken and hard-headed and demanding. Need for affiliation. People with affiliation need achieve satisfaction from social and interpersonal activities. Affiliation plays a very vital role in human behavior. McClelland has suggested that people with high need for affiliation usually derive pleasure from being loved and tend to avoid pain of being rejected. These individuals are concerned with maintaining pleasant social relationship, enjoying a sense of intimacy and understanding, and enjoy assisting or helping others in trouble. People possess the above needs in varying degrees, and these needs may be simultaneously acting on an individual. In case of entrepreneurs, need for achievement is more dominating. McClelland is of the opinion that people with high need for achievement are characterized by the following. A. They set moderate, realistic and attainable goals for them. B. They take calculated risk and look for challenging tasks. C. They prefer situations wherein they can take personal responsibility for solving problems. D. They need concrete feedback on how well they are doing. E. Their need for achievement exists not merely for the sake of economic rewards or social recognition. Rather, personal accomplishment is intrinsically more satisfying to them. McClelland has been able to establish the desirability of high need for achievement for entrepreneurial success in the economic development of a country. But the success in the economic development of a country demands managerial success are somewhat different. A manager, instead of being a doer, himself has to get the things done, and therefore teamwork is needed. A manager cannot perform all the tasks himself. Managerial success calls for a goal-directed group efforts, but if a manager fails with achievement motive, he is at times unable to delegate effectively. Managers' concern for maintaining good interpersonal relationships makes them focus more on the happiness of their subordinates than work performance. Various researchers have proved that the most successful managers combine power, orientation, especially institutionalized power, with achievement orientation for leading both more productive and more satisfied employees or subordinates. The most effective managers have a high need for power, a moderate need for achievement and a lower need for affiliation. McClelland's theory highlights the importance of matching the individual and the job. People with low achievement needs prefer situations of stability, security and predictability. They respond better to considerate them to impersonal high pressure supervision and look to workplace and co-workers for social satisfaction. He also highlighted the fact that managers can to some extent raise the achievement need level of subordinates by creating the proper work environment, permitting their subordinates a measure of independence, increasing responsibility and autonomy, gradually making tasks more challenging, pricing and rewarding better performance. Alderfes ERG theory. Maslow's need hierarchy theory was reformulated by Clayton Alderfes. According to Alderfes, Maslow's 5 levels of needs can be regrouped under 3 heads. They are called as existence needs, related needs, and growth needs. Existence needs. These existence needs combine the psychological and safety needs of Maslow. These existence needs can be satisfied by material or financial incentives and include survival needs, physical and psychological safety, etc. Relatedness needs. These include Maslow's social and esteem needs, which are derived from others, people. These needs are satisfied by personal relation and social interaction. Growth needs. These include Maslow's self-actualization needs. An individual involves himself in activities of the organization and is always on the lookout for new challenges and opportunities. Though creative efforts, individual can realize his potential by making best use of the available opportunities. Relatedness and growth needs are more important for the power development of entrepreneurship. Alderfes theory assumes that different types of needs can operate simultaneously, whereas Maslow's theory follows a rigid need hierarchical order. Satisfying needs is an important part of motivating employees. If a manager finds that a subordinate's growth need are blocked for whatever reasons, he may attempt to redirect employees' behavior towards satisfying relatedness or growth needs. To conclude, to extract or to achieve optimum output and for smooth working of any person, he should be in a good working, healthy and secured environment. Then only the person can concentrate on their job and perform their work without any mistake and taking extra time. This will help the organization to attain productivity and produce goods at the cheapest possible cost. This will increase their profits. Therefore, there should proper positive and continuous motivation. The motivation, recognition and belongingness they get from top management will create a positive mind among the workers, and they spend more time at the workplace, which helps to achieve the organization goals. Thank you.